Hey guys, hey viewers. Hope everyone is doing okay. It has been a long week. Whew, it has been a long week. But I will say this. Um, Hold on. Miley, they just got home. They had just walked in the door, okay? All right, we'll see you in a bit. They gotta eat dinner. Sorry about that, guys. The neighbor is coming by um to grab the kids. So I just wanted to just say that when you are evolving, it really is a thing of change. And so if you notice that my broadcast title, My Soul Won't Rest Easy. Hold on a minute. Miley, give them a minute to put their things down, okay? All right, come back in a little while. So it's that your spirit and your soul won't rest easy. And when I say that, it's because there's something on the inside kind of it knows that it's time to transition. There's something that is trying to grow, to become bigger, to become better. And so, with that being said, you really want to make sure that you are moving in your purpose. Um, I think back about my personal journey. You probably can relate to this very same thing. Education, of course, where I just wanted to throw in the towel. I was done. I was like, you know what? I knew I wasn't going to quit on education, but I knew I was done with my current situation. And when I say that, just I didn't see the vision of my building leader. I didn't see the passion of the people in the building that wanted to do the right work. I just felt that there were people that were coming up with excuses about why they couldn't get things done and just was okay with being mediocre. The focus was more teacher centered on their emotions and their feelings and their wants versus just doing the right work as it related to students. And he just didn't want to do that. And so when that priority for them shifted, then my priorities for being in that building and amongst that tribe of people, I needed to go. And that was probably the best decision for me. And I contemplated that for a while. So it wasn't just that that feeling and that idea came and then boom, I was prepared to move because I had established a certain level of comfortability. I had established a certain rapport in that building. And it felt like, I don't know what's out there. The unknown was so shaky and made me a little cautious and a little leery. Time to go. There was a shift. There was a transition. There was a transformation that was occurring on the inside. And because it was occurring on the inside, it started to manifest itself on the outside. And when I say it manifested itself on the outside, I didn't want to get up. Getting ready to go to work was, I was dreading. Just couldn't shake off. And I knew that wasn't a good space to be in. And so once that started to happen, then the outside continued to um, show signs of disgruntledness. I was snapping at folks. I was just about to go off any moment. And it just wasn't me. It wasn't my character. And for those of you that know me, you know that I'm one that at this stage in my life, I'm good with people. I'm good because I know who I am. I'm good because I'm in a good place where I can move at my own pace. I've evolved to this thing. It was a transformation. And for you, it may be a transformation. And if you're in a place right now where you kind of feel like you just aren't happy, you aren't content, you feel like you aren't doing the work that you need to do, or you aren't being recognized for doing the work that you're trying to do. And don't get this part twisted. I'm not telling you to do things because you're seeking recognition. I'm telling you that when people don't recognize your value, when people don't appreciate what you bring to the table, then it's time to move. That is an evolution that you have control over. You can kind of force that process. workplace where people may recognize and appreciate your strengths, and they recognize what you contribute and bring to the table, and that becomes valuable. And so, as we talk about this hashtag this month, this edu evolve, I think about the changes that happen in education. And it doesn't mean that that education needs a total facelift or transformation. It just means that we're doing things in stages. The traditional way of teaching is not a bad way of teaching, but you must think about the things from the traditional ways that will help support students, our modern students, so to speak. And what do the modern students need in order to be successful by the time they graduate from 12th grade and move on to college? And so as we think about this edu evolve, think about your mindset and your mind shift. So, with me having a language arts background and taught in a language arts setting, I see where sometimes we are in the mind frame that we've got to get through this checklist of stories. And because we make it through this checklist of stories and novels and classics, then we feel like we have educated the child. But just reading through the books, does that really give us the skills that we need? No, well, not what we need, but did it give that child or those students in our classrooms the skill sets that they really and forth between Common Core and whether we should do Common Core or not? Well, Common Core is really based on a set of skills. I don't really see where that's a pain point, teaching kids skills like being able to think critically, identify things, produce. When we think about DOK levels and all of that. And for those of you that are not in education, I'm sorry that this all sounds like Greek. But I just want us to be mindful of sometimes we do need to have a shift in mindset, but we have to think about, is the end user, the recipient of what we are delivering, benefiting the most? And if the answer to that is no, if we are just standing on stage and we're delivering content and we have no way of measuring that and knowing our true impact and effectiveness, then we really need to be thinking about evolving our lessons. We need to really be thinking about evolving our instructional strategies. We need to really think about evolving our assessment uses and even what our students use to monitor their growth, those goals that they set for themselves and how they use the information from assessments to kind of compare and measure where they're going. So with all of that being said, it truly is an edu evolve. It truly is a shift in mindset. And it truly is a stirring and a shaking of the soul that won't allow you to rest easy. When you know the right work needs to happen and it's not happening, and the people around you seems to be singing or marching to a different beat, then it's time to grow and it might be time to go. And that's not always a bad thing, my friends. So as we think about this month's Edu Evolve, think about how you might want to change and grow. And because none of us will ever establish perfection, then there's always room for improvement. So that's my piece. Sorry, I could not scope yesterday, but if you're catching this, and I appreciate those of you tuning in to this live broadcast, um, please share, reshare, retweet, and let me know your thoughts on this. I'd love to hear it. I'd love to see it, and we'll go from there. But until then, join us next month, the third Thursday of the month. The scope topic will be released this weekend, and we hope that you can join us as well. Thanks, guys, and I'd love to continue to see and support you on your pathway to evolution as you grow and you transform. And no matter what industry you're in, whether that's education, whether that's entrepreneurship, whether that's in the health and medical field, whatever you're doing, continue to grow.